Good morning, guys, and welcome to iPunt Smart preview for the Queen's Plate. Friday's racing on Kenilworth, and tomorrow, Saturday, for the other big races tomorrow. In the first race, not a lot of data to go by, so I've gone with Winter Mosaic as my first choice. I think Snaith looks like he has a strong hand in this race, and the other first timer from Snaith, High Hosanna, I see as could be anything on debut. And then Jewel of Doha with Gavin Larena being booked for Glenn Cotson, as well as Seeking Peace. Mike Stewart has only two for the day, and the other race, Helen's Ideal, he's top rated. And then Rio Supremo, the Glenn Cotson other runner with Morne Vino, the stable jockey, on board. Looking at these adjusted times, Winter Mosaic 58.77 is not the greatest, but it's not the best. So for that reason, I think you may well see that Richard Fourie and Justin Snaith could open with the card and follow any support that you'll see there. So Winter Mosaic, High Hosanna, Jewel of Doha, Seeking Peace. I think those are my main threats to win. Race 2, and here Little Doe, Dean Cannemeyer and Keegan Namiela is my first choice, but very little separating Little Doe and Oh What a Night. Candace Bass Robinson with Greg Shania, and a lot of best here. Best overall ranking, Greenie points, speed rating, 3 of the 4 bomb rolls, 3 of the 4 bats, as well as the exact course and distance bat. So Little Doe does have the highest T curve, but you can see the top 4 is pretty close together. Exotic ranking, the highest, form 34% to win, the highest, and bat curve the highest as well, and the highest by 2.96 from my fourth choice, Madeline, Jeff Woodruff and Aussie Noach, 12 to 1. Only runner for Woodruff, could try and spring a surprise here. So to be quite honest with you, I don't have a lot of faith in this favourite here at 2.8. You can see what he's brought to us so far, even prior to that terrible run here on 21. Before that at 8, it's also not good enough to beat these 4s and 9s and 6s and 2s. So I'm going to go against the favourite Queen Nabaya here, and going to say Little Doe, Oh What a Night, Wife of Windsor and Madeline. One of those 4 is my main horses to actually win this race. I've gone 10-4-2 in the bipod, 11 in the bigger perm, and also in the PA the same thing. Moving to the third race, and here Starboard I've given as my first choice, but there is a question mark over the distance because Starboard's only gone up to 1200, but you can see it's 1200 meters, a 0 and a 4.86 on bat. Was pretty impressive, and Gavin Grant van Niekerk retains the ride. The highest Greenie points, and opening betting 29% chance to win. Glitter in the Air is an interesting runner here, 12 to 1, because we get 36% on exotic ranking, 38% on form, 31% on total to win for a 12 to 1 shot. And Glitter in the Air has the proven 1600 form, and therefore I think also quite a decent runner. My third choice is Duplicity, a little bit further, 200 further today, but another runner that could improve, with Katie Toe in my fourth choice, Our World fifth choice, and Time Off sixth choice. Now Eric Sands has our best bet in the very last race. No, sorry, that's Greg Enion, so okay, never mind. So 11, 4 and 8 is what I've done in the bipod and the PA, and the start of the pick 6, small perm 11, 4, 8, bigger perm 1, 3, 5 and 7, which is Katie Toe, Our World, Golly Miss Jolly, which is an interesting runner here from Ferraris with median speed the highest, and bat figures very close to the best, 9.72 against the other green bat of 9.27. So a bit of an upset material for 16 to 1 shot. In the fourth, you see here what I mean with Mike Stewart has two runners here, first and second rated. Interesting that Doormeyer is second rated, and Doormeyer is the one that rides for Mike Stewart on his other race for the day. So Helen's Ideal clearly has the best bat figures in green here, but Icon Princess has some red bat figures which was pretty decent on the 1100. If I look at his 1400 one run though, 21 is not the greatest. But he did get some betting support from 4 into 3.3 and he did win, so maybe he didn't really need to go much faster. So Helen's Ideal first choice, Larentina, Eric Sands and Luke Ferraris pops up as overall ranking and bat curve and bat exact course and distance. And that last run, the 7.69, was his best run on the exact course and distance. It was with Sean Veal though, so not 100% sure if Luke Ferraris can get the same out of it. But in saying that, very good jockey trainer stats here. So what have I done? The fourth race, 1, 5, 3, 2, and 4, but open. In the fifth, 3, 1, 2 with a bigger perm 5. Majestic Mozart, I think, is a decent runner on these kind of bat figures here. And then Love Happens, Snaith and Fury. Getting a bit older now, but still have the bolt consistency. And then Capoeira, Andre Nel and Grant van Niekerk. So those three are my main plays. With the 5 Sir Michael, blinkers fitted and the best bat curve, my next best 3, 1, 2 and 5. And then in the pick 6, the bigger perm, I've gone 7, 8 and 6 additionally. So Northern Song, Fort Agopian that pops up here with quite a bit for a 10 to 1 shot, Crawford and Riggs. So has the upset potential. And then Captain with Crawford and Shane, another one with some upset potential because that is a combination that shouldn't be at 10 to 1 in many races. In the sixth race, one of the better runners for me is Sleeping Single, and maybe you can take a chance on Sleeping Single in this race. My second choice here is Rattlemouse, and that's Carty riding because he's got some hidden bat form here, and he's also now got the pacifiers on. So I think either bank a Sleeping Seattle in this race as a bipot, or otherwise you have to go wide 1, 3, 2, 4, 5. In the PA, I think 1, 3, 2 is enough with 4, 5 in my bigger perm, and in the pick 6, 1, 3, 2, 4, 5 as well with 7, 6, 8 in my bigger perm. In the seventh race, it does look like Celtic Sea does have a valid favorite. The part of it that I don't really like is the 1200 meter form. He's only got that one with a 4.57 bat, but the other ones was much higher. That 1200 was a 10, that 1200 was a 9.06, but in saying that, that 9.06 is the blue bat best course, best distance in the field. So I wouldn't be surprised if Celtic Sea wins. It's the only runner for Terry. Gavin Lerena takes the ride. But I also think that every single one taking a pick 6 will have Celtic Sea as the banker for today. So I have gone a little bit different. I've also added a pretty young thing here. Crawford and Marcus gets together, and they've been running pretty well. Marcus has won over the 1200 on him the previous time he was on. And you can see he's got really good form. First, second, first. So he's a pretty decent runner. And he's got some nice green adjusted times here. And he's got 2 kilos less to carry than Celtic Sea. And the 1200 year of 9.9 is his best, which is still not close to Celtic Sea's 4.57. But Celtic Sea is getting a bit older now. And maybe the traveling down to the Cape didn't help him much. So I'm going to cover with a pretty young thing in my PA, so 1 and 3. And then in the bigger pick 6, also 6, 5, 7. So Hello Winter, hello. at 14 to 1. Been some improvement here of late, although being over the shorter trip, it looks like the 1200 is too far. And then the next one, and I've gone down at the bottom here with Roll in the Hay. Aldo Doormeyer, you can see his tries on the 1200 has been no good, but that was back in July, and recently he's been running really well. Um, as he came back from the rest, you can see his improvement on his bat figures was really good. Now currently on a 10 and a 17 on the 1100, so it could be that the 1200 is a little bit too far for him. But interesting to note that Doormeyer now, the stable jockey, takes the ride, and he's gone second on him previously, and he's also done the 59.35 on the adjusted time over 1100 on him. Looks like he's improving a little bit. So it's also his third run after a rest, so there's a couple of things going in his favour for Roll in the Hay. And then my fifth choice, Trickster. Trickster is dropping back in trip, um, but in saying that, the one time he did drop back into a 1200, he won at Scottsville. So he now has pacifiers on to get going a bit quicker. He doesn't have the kind of bat figures as Celtic Sea has, but yeah, if we're looking for anything to beat Celtic Sea, then it's either bankering Celtic Sea or going only with 1 and 3, or going 1, 3, 6, 5, 7. And then the best bet is in the last race. And the only reason why is because of his much improved very last run. Now there's a couple of negatives as well, but there's a couple of positives. The exact course distance Blue Bat 1.92 is by far the best here, but it was carrying 53.5 kilos, and it was with Craig Zaki. So Aldo Doormeyer's best bat on him has only been a 10.16 over the 1250. So I'm not sure if that's been genuine improvement or if Craig Zaki just got more out of him. But be that as it may, his P-stats pops up very nicely at the top, 38% on bat 42, 33 on total, 29 on form, 22 on greenie, and 21 on overall ranking. The second choice for me is What a Man, and What a Man has also done that 10.71 and 10.71, which is clearly not close to the 1.92 for Ticket to Ride. But I don't know the size of Ticket to Ride. Maybe he doesn't like the lot of weight on him, because he did that with a free-flowing 53 kilos. So What a Man is my second choice, because if you take this one run out of it, then it's very open. So I'm taking Ticket to Ride purely on that one improved run. Then Spring Awakening is my third choice, and you can see the P-stats here. On stat form 38% and intent 33% is the two highest percentages here. But in saying that, his one attempt over the 1200 Blue Bat Kenilworth was a terrible attempt, 26 lengths on the bat figure, which is a whole 16 behind What a Man, and a whole 25 or 24 behind Ticket to Ride. So that's my third choice in this race. For fourth, I've gone Alpha Papa, the actual favorite, Kannemeyer and Demelo. The bat figures is pretty decent, and he is very consistent. But in saying that, the bat figures of 10 and 13 doesn't come anywhere close to Ticket to Ride at the top here. And What a Man's last 10.7 and 10.07 is also a little bit better than Alpha Papa. So Spring Awakening my third choice, Alpha Papa my fourth choice, and Alaskan Night, only 2 lengths back from Alpha Papa on the bat figures, will be my fifth choice, and Marcus could probably get some more improvement. There was a bit of nibble in the market for him the previous time with Naval Secret, Vaughan Marshall and Ferraris. Now the blinkers being removed, because he did run a little bit better without the blinkers, as my next best. So 3 and 8 in my small pick six, 279 added in my large pick six. The pick sixes are small today, 3, 15, 60, 300, 600, 1,200 on the small perm only, so very small pick six. That's it for me, guys. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a great day.